Okay. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Mount Polumbus Speaks is the name of it. I'm Tyler Polumbus. Played in the NFL for 8 years. Last game I ever played was Super Bowl 50. Got to walk out on that. If you guys are new to the channel, thanks for jumping in with me. Always great to have new people jump in here. We've been diving into the All 22 coaches film of the Broncos versus the Chiefs. Broncos went up against a very stout Kansas City Chiefs defense, and they did enough. They honestly did. Second half, I thought they did some good things, especially in that 4-minute drive at the end of the game when they had to go win a game. They ran the ball pretty well in that particular circumstance. They didn't run the ball well throughout the day, but they did in that circumstance. And Bo Nix was good in that final drive, connected on 2 really good passes. So if you guys missed the first half of this film, you can check it out on my podcast. Hit that link in my bio on X, going over to YouTube. The first half film is already out on YouTube. We'll dive into the second half here in just 1 second. But as always, I need to take a quick second here to thank my title sponsor, Safeway. I could not do this podcast without Safeway. Super grateful to them. There is a difference in where you shop. Check out your local Safeway store today, guys. They source locally. They support local small businesses, and they cut their fruit fresh in store every single day. Believe me, you can taste the difference. Safeway also has an incredible app that if you don't have on your phone, you're missing out on. Skip the other delivery service apps. Order directly from the Safeway app. You're going to save time. You're going to save money. They save your orders. You can repeat orders. It takes you a total of 30 seconds. And before you bat your eye, that food will be at your doorstep. Safeway, fresh foods, local flavors. Support your local Safeway store today. All right, here we go. Let's dive into the film. No reason to dance around this any longer. Second half starts out with a nice little pass to Troy Franklin off the bootleg concept. Bo Nix is going to be underneath center, something I think the Broncos don't do enough of. I think the Broncos really need to start getting underneath center more. It's going to help them in their running game, and it helps them with play action. Here they're able to go with the hard sell action. It works. Everybody crashes down. Bo gets out of the pocket, and we're able to connect with Troy Franklin for a gain of 8 or 9 yards to get the second half rolling. Okay, second play of the game. Or rather, second play of the half, I should say. RJ Harvey's going to get a carry right up the gut, which will be good enough for a first down. Let's check out our blocking assignments. Okay, so we call this play 18 force, all right? So we've got a fullback on the field right here, okay? We also have 2 tight ends. So this is heavy personnel. So our fullback is going to be responsible for the first linebacker that's in the box. He's going right there. We've got great angles. We can double team up here out to there. We can get an A block on the backside back to 23, and we can man this sucker up on the backside so that we don't have a free rusher coming off the edge. I love this play. When you've got a fullback that's on the field, that means you've got call it and run it plays. It means no matter what they do, if they were to bring an extra man down into the box, you still have got a hat. You would adjust that. He would go right there. This double team would go to there, and then we would work on the backside back to there. No matter what happens, you've got a hat for a hat. They cannot force you out of it. They can't force you to audible or check out of things. So I would have preferred to see R.J. Harvey keep this play side, okay? So I like what we've got going on front side. I'd like to see Quinn Miners get his hat stretched a little bit further. I like Adam Prentice coming out of the backfield, and you've got a good double team on the backside. Right now, okay, oh, sorry, hold on. Right now, right there, look at this, okay? We've got a hat for everybody. Now, we need to get our hat more play side so that we're stretching this guy and we don't have our ass in the hole. We need to get our hat more play side so we're stretching this guy a little bit more. But R.J. Harvey, I know why he cuts this back because he feels that sucker there. Unfortunately, this safety fills really quickly. I would have preferred to see him follow his fullback and see if we could try to hit it up in that hole. Always easy to play armchair running back, though, and you got to make a decision in real time. Put your foot down. Not a bad run at all. Okay, we're going 5 wide here. Quarterback's got a responsible if they bring an extra blitzer that the offensive line can't account for. Quinn Miners gets beat really quick here. I'll show you from the other angle. Quinn Miners is a fantastic offensive lineman for the Broncos. He also is going up against a fantastic football player in Chris Jones. So eyes over here, 77 and 95. That's the matchup that we're looking at. Chris Jones got the better of Quinn Miners in this game. As you'll see this unfold in real time, Chris Jones beats Quinn Miners 3 or 4 times throughout this game, and he does it very, very quickly. You honestly do not see Quinn Miners get beat very often, but Chris Jones got him. Sometimes he gets in your head. Honestly, I don't mind the set. I think Quinn Miners might have been a little bit too aggressive with that first step, trying to get out there. Mainly, though, what he's got to do is he's got to punch with that outside hand, and he's got to be explosive because he just sort of lays that hand on there. That gives Chris Jones everything he wants. It gives Chris Jones the ability to just get the quick wipers on that outside hand, and Quinn gets beat very quickly. Chris beat Quinn Miners with this exact move at least 2 or 3 different times in this game, forces Bo Nix out of the pocket. Nothing there. He's just going to dirt this sucker in front of Pat Bryant. Broncos go back to the bubble screen concepts. Nowhere to go on this one. I think Pat Bryant does a decent job blocking out there on the edge. You can see he's engaged. Cortland Sutton's going to run his man off. Karloftis just read that thing really quickly. We're finally going to connect on a deep pass to Troy Franklin here. This is going to be good for about 35 yards. Feels like the Broncos have been trying to connect on a pass from Bo Nix and Troy Franklin on this deep ball for about 6 weeks now. They've been unable to do it. Bo Nix does a good job pre-snap of identifying things. He knows what he wants. He's got the outside look over here. Troy Franklin's going to get a beat by a step. Now look at these guys right here, 1 and 2. They're getting held on the inside of this field. Eyes over here, eyes over here. Why? Because Bo Nix's eyes, he's looking right down the middle of the field. So because Bo holds this safety right here, that really gives Troy the ability to just go vertical without the danger of double coverage. Good job manipulating it with his eyeballs, and good job making a quick decision, delivering a strike to Troy. Good to see those two finally connect on a deep ball. Okay. Bo's got to get rid of this ball quickly, right? I don't necessarily love his footwork on this one. It's not terrible. But if he doesn't get rid of that ball right then and there, that's going to be a pick six by 23. If Bo just hesitates even for a slight second, small pump fake, that would have been trouble city. He does not hesitate, though. He gets rid of that ball on time, and you're able to sneak it in through the window between two defenders. We get to the other side on this one. Shotgun run. Manned up over here. Got a single block on the front side up to 32. Got a B block on the back side to 23. And we're man right there. Gun runs are tough. I think there was a cutback angle if he wanted to bounce that sucker back behind Quinn Miners. Keeps it play side, nowhere to go. I really think the Broncos tried to run the ball far too often out of shotgun. I'd love to see them get underneath center more. It really makes a huge difference in the running game. Okay, RJ Harvey is at his best coming out of the backfield as a wide receiver. He's been really good all season long. Hopefully he starts to come along as a running back, but he's been at his best as a wide receiver. So I like this. Bo Nix feels him, slip out of the backfield. He's going to be right there. We've got other options here, obviously. But look at all that green grass in front of RJ Harvey. Good pass protection from the offensive line on that one. Okay, two running backs in the game. You got Tyler Bidet and RJ Harvey coming out of the backfield. I think Bo Nix predetermined this one a little bit. I wouldn't have mind seeing him try to keep his eyes over the right side. Pat Bryant's just running a quick dig route in the middle of the field. But that's all right. I mean, you got RJ Harvey coming out of the backfield quick. Basically, both running backs ran the same concept. RJ's effective, man. He's an effective receiver. All right, we're going to get a gut concept here. So a pin pull. Okay, I'm going to pause it right now. Okay, so Mike McGlinchey, he's got a down block. Oh, hold on. Mike McGlinchey's got a down block right there. We're going to be man on here. Quinn Miners is going to pull out, kick out the corner. Our fullback is coming around the edge. We're going to block this end man or this first linebacker in the box. It's right there, but we should be colliding out here. We've got a block on the backside. Back up to 32, and then Garrett Bowles needs the gain on the backside, getting all the way up to 23. We've got cross flow action from our tight end who started off on the other side of the field. He's going to block this end man on the line. Good job by Adam Prentice coming out of the backfield. Watch 46. Makes good contact, clears away, makes a nice little path for Jaleel McLaughlin to run through. Eyes on Luke Wattenberg up here. Okay, number 60 up here. Does a good job getting to the second level and walling his guy off. We're going to run Jaleel McLaughlin right up the middle here. Going to be good for about a 4-yard touchdown. Thought this one was stuck. Thought there was nowhere to go. Shout out to the offensive line. Look at that mob of bodies. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orange shirts pushing on the backside of Jaleel McLaughlin. They just refused to go down. Referees blew a Jaleel McLaughlin play dead earlier in the game that probably was going to break free for a gain of 10, 12 yards. This one, I thought the referees were for sure going to call it dead. But one thing I've noticed in the NFL this year, when you get in these rugby-type scrums like this, referees are really letting the play unfold. I don't know if that's something that was a new emphasis this year, but for whatever reason, in years past, they used to blow this ball dead quickly, and they'd let these rugby scrums unfold. Fortunately for the Broncos, they played it out. Jaleel McLaughlin's able to sneak in. Not the tallest dude, not the strongest dude, but he dives straight up the middle for 4 yards for a touchdown, keeps his feet running. Okay, this is the end of the third quarter here. We got about 41 seconds on the clock. Take a play action shot down the field. Let's go. Pat Bryant's wide freaking open. This is good looking stuff. Okay, so play action is going to pull these linebackers up. The play action sell on this fake handoff. It's going to freeze those safeties for just one quick second. It's going to give Pat Bryant the step that he needs to get past the safeties. We're just going to hit Pat Bryant on the corner route there. And that's a good-looking ball from Bo Nix and Pat Bryant. Love Pat Bryant. His evolution as a football player has been fun. He only had like 10 catches on the season coming into this game. I believe he had 5 or 6 in this game alone. So almost had half as many catches in this game. Not almost. He did have almost half as many catches in this game as he had on the entire season. He's been a first down merchant every time. Him and Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram gets the ball here. Those two guys, it feels like every time they do touch the ball in the passing game, they end up getting you a first down. This is a good-looking concept. So it gets muddied up here, but we're gonna sell play action. Garrett Bowles is pulling. Okay, these three guys. We're gonna block for 1,001, 1,002. Then in a perfect world, 60 should get out before 77. 77 actually gets out. Excuse me. Let me start that over. 60 should get out before 77, but in this situation, 77 gets out first, so he's going to bleed out there. 60 will follow him right behind him. Evan Ingram's going to get engaged, 1,001, 1,002, act like he's blocking him. Then he'll allow this guy to think that he beats him inside, let him rush up the field. Evan Ingram just turns around for a quick little screen pass, and you'll have 2 offensive linemen out in front leading the way. 1,001, 1,002, give me that ball. Good job by Paul Chesky out there in space. You've got Quinn Miners running the alley. If you get up to your guy in time, excuse me, that was Mike McGlinchey out there in space, not Paul Chesky. This is the start of the fourth quarter. Pretty good job by Bo here. He feels the pressure coming off the left side. This is really the equivalent of empty formation. So even though we're starting with a running back in the backfield, he's got no assignment. So he's got no assignment in pass protection. That means we call that scat protection. So this running back's going to scat. He's getting the heck out of there. That means that if we've got 5 blockers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the Chiefs bring a 6th man, anybody through this gap, pressuring Bo Nix, that means the quarterback is responsible for him. Nice job just buying time there from Bo. Make that defender, put him in conflict, make him make a decision. You're going to come try to tackle me, or you're going to try to cover Adam Prentice. I thought this was a good run from R.J. Harvey. Nice little read, nice little jump cut, splits the seam. Okay, so we're in heavy personnel, right? So we brought in an extra tackle into the game. That's Frank Crum. We've got 2 extra tight ends over here. We're working up to 23. There. He's going to pin and check 27. Nice little jump from R.J. Harvey. He feels Mercedes Lewis actually overshot his guy. He's got a nice little ass block going on. RJ's able to split the crack right there and get a nice gain for the Broncos. End up picking up a first down. Unfortunately, nowhere to go on this particular run. Let me see the other angle. Karlaftis just doesn't bite at all. So you're trying to get the whole offensive line. You're trying to get all these bodies going this way, so that you can try to get this end man on the line to freeze a little bit, come down with him. But Bowles just gives a quick flash, then he's going to climb up, get to the second level. Karlaftis reads it really quickly. He doesn't crash down. He just immediately peels out and is able to chase down RJ. In a perfect world, I'd like to see our running back be able to outrun an edge rusher. Another field goal attempt. Okay, we got 9:51 left of the game. I'd like to see Jaleel McLaughlin end up with 6 to 8 touches minimum every game from here on out. Obviously, the Broncos don't have J.K. Dobbins. That's a real bummer. That's going to kill the Broncos in their running game. J.K.'s been a tremendous running back for the Broncos. And honestly, the Broncos' running game has been pretty dang good throughout the season. I do like Jaleel. I think he brings an extra gear that our other running backs do not have. He's got that ability to hit the home run every single time. This particular play, I think he misses the read. Okay, we've got a 19 Wanda going on here. So We're going to be man on out here. We just got to stretch this guy, kick him out. We've got an A block on the front side, a single block on the front side up to 23. We don't have much time here because we're out leveraged, so we just got to post and we got to go and get our hat play side. Same thing on the back side. We got a B block on the back side. We just got to post and we got to get on our high horse getting out here. We got to trust our tackle's going to get his hat past the midline and cover him up. Now, as you see this play unfold right here, I like everything we've got. You know, it's we've stretched this guy good. We got our hat play side. I would like to see this hat get play side. We're a little bit behind him because he feels this red gap right here, this red helmet, that forces Jaleel to bounce this ball backside. If we could have just had our hat, if we could have had this hat play side, well, now Jaleel's going to feel an orange jersey there. He's going to feel an orange jersey there. He's going to feel this dude getting kicked out, and we would have been able to keep it play side for a much bigger gain. Got a little miscommunication going on here. Got to get Marvin Mims set up in the right spot. Motion Mims out of the backfield. Ooh. I do not like this from Luke Wattenberg. Okay, eyes on our center right here. So we've got a blitzer coming off the edge, right? So number 30 right there. He's rushing up off the edge, so that means our tackle's got to go all the way to the widest. Our guard is going to have a game going on there, so he's got to stay on here, and then 90 is coming back over here as his part of the game. Luke Wattenberg just drifts too far. He keeps drifting, and he's going to give that inside go. He gets no punch on his guy. He whiffs. Unfortunately, that's going to force Bo Nix to try to make a miraculous play. I would actually describe this as a good attempt for Bo Nix. He almost got himself the hell out of Dodge, but he panics at the last second. He dirts that ball inside the tackle box, doesn't get past the line of scrimmage, and we're going to get an intentional grounding called. Okay, we got 9 minutes left of the game here. Empty formation again. I'm going to pause it right now as Bo is thinking about making the throw. I don't mind this at all. I mean, quite frankly, we could have tossed it over here. We could have tossed it over here. Either one's a check down. We're running middle. Is that what they're running? Hold on. Let me. Okay, it looks like we were going to have a dig from Cortland, and we got the middle post on the opposite side of the field. I think we probably got the dig. You probably could have fired that sucker. Yeah. Let that sucker rip right now to Cortland Sutton. He's going to run that dig across the middle of the field. You got it. It's sitting there. This is the line of gain. You got it right there. He's coming across the middle. Let that sucker rip. Instead, we hit the check down. Either one of these check downs is going to be a near impossibility to pick up a first down. If we were going to check down, I'd probably prefer checking down to Evan Ingram rather than Adam Prentice, though. Got a flag. Go to the next play. Cross shot punts because we had a false start. 6:30 left in the game. I believe we're not going to get anything going on this drive, if I remember correctly. Although, a nice little drive starter here to Adam Troutman. Got a full house backfield. Got 2 tight ends in the backfield. Got a running back out of the pistol formation. Just going to hit Troutman on that quick little dart out of the back. Nice run from RJ. Look at how far down the field Luke Wattenberg is. Look at number 60 up at the top. Right there. Love that. The line of scrimmage started back here. This is where Luke Wattenberg started. He's driving his dude almost 10 yards down the field. Him and Quinn Miners both. God dang, I love this. So eyes on your center again, man. Watch this. Watch this, the second effort. He gets engaged, starts running his feet. Let's just keep running those feet. We go backwards. I'll keep running you backwards. Quinn Miners is doing the same thing. He's on a smaller dude, though. Luke Wattenberg's doing that on a big old defensive lineman. RJ's heating up a little bit. He's running better, finding the seams, getting forward progress no matter what. Got a counter play coming out of the backfield, so this ball is designed to hit back on the backside no matter what. You see Adam Prentice, your fullback. He starts play side. He's going to peel back to the backside. Does a nice job sealing him off. Gives R.J. Harvey a clear edge to try to get to. Home run ball. Let's go, baby. Give us a touchdown here. Bo just puts this one on a rope. You can see the trajectory of this ball. Starts here. Now I lost it because I froze it. Never mind. I was going to try to draw it, but I lost it. He just doesn't put enough air on that thing. He throws it on a rope rather than put some air on it. Ends up overthrowing Troy Franklin by a couple yards. He'd like to have that one back. We're going to give a ball for Cortland Sutton. End up going incomplete to Cortland Sutton here again. It was a nice catch by Cortland. They're going to say he's out of bounds. It was only good for a couple yards. Bowles gets beat on this one. If you look at your left tackle, he's got to set more inside. He's got to stay inside out on Chris Jones. Chris Jones gets him on the quick little swim move there. Palczewski tries to peel back and give him some time, but Chris Jones is going to force Bo Nix out of the pocket. So we're going to settle for 3 points. Will Lutz is good. I was wrong about that last drive. We did end up with points. Okay, good job here blocking out in space by, I think that's Adam Troutman, and is that little Jordan Humphrey? Little Jordan Humphrey added back to the roster. Humphrey had been on this team previously, was playing with the Giants most recently. We just signed him off the Giants practice squad. That's a good job by both those guys. Look at both your tight end and Humphrey staying engaged, giving Pat Bryant time to make a decision. See these excuse me, these quick bubble screens. Would it be nice if we took them to the house? Sure, but they're an easy way to pick up 5 or 6 yards. I love this run from RJ. Watch how quickly he puts his foot in the ground. He stabs that foot on the outside, cuts inside, makes the defender miss. Boom. L2, make that dude miss. This is the best throw of the game. Either this one or the throw to Troy Franklin upcoming. But we're gonna hit Cortland Sutton. On a 3rd and long situation, 3rd and 10-ish, 3rd and 12 maybe. I forget what it was. Bo Nix is going to scramble out of the pocket. Let's see what happens to the pass protection. Good pass protection. Fantastic pass protection. Look at that pocket. Can't get a cleaner pocket in the NFL. Gives Bo time to see the field develop. Doesn't like anything. Scrambles out. Buys himself a little bit of time. And Cortland Sutton connects on the scramble drill with Bo Nix. That was the biggest play of the game. Had to eat up the clock. You had 2 minutes on the clock. You don't want to give time back to the Chiefs. The Broncos are going to run the football here. Because there's a minute 58 on the clock, and they're going to force Kansas City. They're going to bait Kansas City into using a timeout. First off, look at this drive by the offensive line again. Second effort. You got bodies all moving forward. Quinn Miners, Mike McGlinchey, everybody's doing a good job of gaining extra yards there. But what was most important about this play right here, you baited Kansas City into using a timeout. They choose not to use a timeout, and that clock's going to click all the way down to about a minute left. We do throw an incompletion after this. That's going to stop the clock, but it was really huge. I don't know why Kansas City didn't use a timeout here. I thought that was idiotic. Andy Reid doesn't make questionable coaching decisions very often, but I thought that was a very questionable decision. Now there's a minute 18 on the clock, and Broncos decide to put the ball in the air. They are still trying to drive to win the game, so you can't just totally play the clock game by keeping the ball on the ground, and incomplete to Evan Ingram. Okay, great second effort here from Cortland Sutton. We all saw this one replayed a million times. I don't know how the instant replay had this ball so close to the line of gain. Cortland Sutton was easily a yard and a half past the line of gain. So it should have been an easy first down conversion. Either way, they did give it to the Broncos. Thought it was a silly spot. Cortland does a nice job of knowing where he needs to get to and diving forwards. Keeps the drive going, keeps hope alive of walking off with a field goal or 6 points. So now we got a minute 01 on the clock, and Kansas City did use a timeout on the last one, so we're going to run the ball again, force that clock to move, force Kansas City to make a decision. Nowhere to really go on this one. The clock did stop. So Kansas City chose that. Okay. Let me back all the way up. Okay. This is another huge play of the game, but keep your eyes on Troy Franklin right there. This play should have been whistled dead from the very beginning. Troy Franklin's going to have a false start. Kansas City sees it. Troy moves. The defender's pointing at him. Hey, throw the flag, throw the flag. Referees don't see it. And Troy Franklin's able to take advantage of that defensive back who was focused on trying to get the flag thrown. Just gets a quick step on him. Bo Nix delivers an absolute dime. I mean, I'll give Bo credit, man. When the lights turn on, when the game's at the most important in the fourth quarter, pressure's at its highest, Bo Nix seems to come to life. life. That is something that you cannot coach. The ability to come to life in the most pressure-filled moments of a game. Beautiful dart from Bo Nix. Couldn't have put it in a better spot. Connects with Troy Franklin. And at this point in time, everybody's throwing their hands up in the air because you know that you just won the football game. You're going to take a knee here, move the ball over about 6 inches, make it a little bit more centered for Will Lutz. Will Lutz comes in. He's going to kick a field goal. Broncos win the game. So a hell of a game for the Broncos, man. You just beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, are the Chiefs the best team, best version of themselves? No, they're not, but they're still really dangerous. And that game just cemented the Denver Broncos as contenders. You're 9-2. That's a season that you absolutely dream about. 9-2. There are players that will play 13, 14 years in the NFL and never have a record like a 9-2 record. So expectation moving forward is that you win the AFC West. The hope is that you get the number 1 seed. If you get the number 1 seed, if you win the AFC West, you've got as good of a shot at the Super Bowl as anybody else. So don't slow down now, Broncos. Great job beating the Chiefs. Mount Polumbus Speaks is the podcast. I know the majority of you guys are watching on X right now, but you want to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube podcast because I put out content over there that lives unique to that platform. So hit that link in my bio on X, go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Make sure that you don't miss out, and just know I'd be grateful if you do me that favor as I'm trying to grow my YouTube audience anyways. You help my channel, I'll help you out by continuing to put content out. We'll be live streaming this weekend as well, so make sure you stay tuned and hang out with me for the next Broncos game. That's it for today. Appreciate you guys watching me. All 22 coaches film, Denver Broncos versus